content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. And as this process goes through, let me know how the audio sounds too, by the way. Come on with it.
Ready? Running from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Come on. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Come on. Sounds great? All right, good. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Since Dak Prescott has been in the league,
Let's get it. Mama said there'll be days just like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more thing I gotta check out. We gonna get there, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you all. I thank everybody for tuning in for this beautiful Monday Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. I thank y'all so much. I can't say this enough. But we're going to talk about the running back room. I really wanted to put in the running back factor, but we got that in the title, Blue Factor. Micah Parsons, we still waiting. We're still waiting on the Micah Parsons contract. And it's a long wait and see. And I'm betting my bottom dollar that Jerry Jones is stretching this out as much as possible to keep us in the thick of things as far as talking about the Cowboys, right? And we heard some news from 105.3 The Fan to talk about the DB room, right? So those are the things, you know. I love seeing that Law MNF Nation, baby. I love seeing it, man. Come on with it, ready?
my turn.
Jeez. And of course, you know, with all, oh boy. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I feel it, man. But with that being said, let's get right to the chase on talking about the DBs first, and then we'll sprinkle around the contract thing, and then we will talk about the actual content of the content today. All right, let's get it. And the phone lines will be open, and if you already have the numbers, let me know, and we can open up that for you.
Timeline shared by Brian Schottenheimer over the weekend at Cowboys rookie minicamp. Josh Butler.
Can y'all hear audio? Right. Can y'all hear it?
Who was one of the, I think, the positive, uplifting stories in the second half of last year. The guy who was like a 29-year-old rookie and had just grinded to do everything he could to hang around the NFL, got an opportunity to play with the Cowboys, had some good games, made a difference for him down the stretch when they were winning games. And then it all ended in just a devastating fashion when he ended up suffering a knee injury at the end of last year.
Turk, I see you,
his
fam.
His rehab is going along a lot better than was initially anticipated, it sounds like. The new timeline, according to Brian Schottenheimer, is that he could potentially, Josh Butler, be on PUP, physically unable to perform at the start of camp. He said it's really early still right now, but he's doing great in his rehab. He's here every day. He was one of the first ones here, one of the last ones to leave. And so
that's Joshua Butler. Put JB in the chat if you like his skill set like that. Josh Butler, he's a willing tackler, right? He is a hungry individual. He's a guy that kind of look at Cowboys like, man, this is what I want. This is what I need to see. And Butler was sold. Appreciate you, Captain. Butler was solid. That's what you meant to say. Okay, appreciate you, man. Matthew, appreciate you. So with that being said, we know that I still want the Cowboys to go grab a veteran DB. But since the new timeline is exhibiting right now, and boy, y'all love it. Okay, I see all the JBs in here, man. Josh Butler, baby. Josh Butler. Okay, I see y'all with him. And he's solid. He's cool. He's approachable. He's part of the friends and the family of the Folds over here with Law Nation Sports. So we even have business things together and all of this good stuff. So, hey, at the end of the day, it's good for business for him to be out there, believe it or not. So shout out to Josh Butler, if I not out speaking my wisdom teeth. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys, even at that space, regardless of what's going on and what's happening, we would like for the Cowboys to approach a DB that's a veteran right now. Come on with it. Let me know if that's still a tangible thing. Come on with it.
So Josh Butler, who they were kind of excited about in terms of what he was showing on the field for them, that would be a really quick turnaround if he was going to be able to be ready within the PUP window, which would be first 6 weeks or so of the season, because he tore his ACL on Thanksgiving. And you remember, a lot of people felt like Michael Gallup was rushed back too quick when he was hurt around the same time.
Yeah.
So if Josh Butler's able to if he's able to get healthy and be ready for the first 6 weeks of the season, that helps a lot with the questions about Trayvon Diggs and about where Shavon Revel, their third-round pick out of Eastern.
Shavon Revel. All right, let's see what we're going to say about Trayvon Diggs. He's going to lay out the truths about what's happening. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan again, and I'm going to give you guys my counter. Shout out to Jerry Jones in the chat. He may think it's still Bryce Butler. I love Jerry in the chat, man.
Carolina, where he might be. With Cowboys rookie minicamp going on at the end of last week, Shavon Revel did get a chance to talk to reporters and talk about where he's at with the status of his knee injury.
It's good, man. Like I said, I've been working on my knee as much as I can. I'm going to get the Cowboys and the training staff and come back as fast as I can and work as hard as I could. Right now, I can pretty much do everything, running, straight line, cutting. Haven't got too much into that. Just trying to take it day by day, trying to take it slow.
We want to tell the young lad, look, not to tell anyone to sit this one out. Black John Wick, what's good with you? The first one in the building to understand this right here. Boy, I appreciate you so much for the...
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Appreciate you, Black, man. Appreciate you. Black John Wick. All right, so I want to tell Shavon Revel, if his people is watching, don't rush it. Can't rush perfection. Run that straight line. But if you start cutting on it prematurely, you can extend the recovery process, right? Remember we talking about organic stuff, man. Until we get some nanobites and cut the knee open and put them in there, man, organically speaking, let that synovial fluid and all of that other stuff get ready, really prepared and things like that so everything can go and heal the proper way, right? The only thing that gets stronger when broken is bones, right? But when we start talking about tendons and flesh and skin and elastic, all of that stuff, I'm not a doctor, though, by the way, but I can tell y'all that at the end of the day, you don't want to rush it, right? That's all I'm saying, all right?
So there's two ways to look at this.
Two ways.
You can be glass half full or glass half empty.
That messed him up right there, boy. Sheesh.
Glass half full says you're getting 2 corners back. Like you were worried about the depth there. You're getting 2 guys back potentially for the start of the season. Glass half empty might say, okay, if we're like celebrating the salvation of Josh Butler, who barely hung on into the league after 6 years and got an opportunity after a bunch of injuries, and we're hoping he might make PUP and not be available for this first 6 weeks, and then Shavon Revel of just, oh my gosh, he's cutting on the grass right now.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to throw a third-round rookie out there and have him ready to go to play significant snaps. Is that more concerning than optimistic for your Dallas Cowboys here on May 5th, 2025?
It's first thing that comes to my mind is that's a lot of ifs.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of hope.
Man, if the ifs add up, if the ifs on your team are longer than the word, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs in there. Bad intention states here that there are about 20 bad teams right there. There are hold on. No. Bad intention states there are 20 teams better than the Cowboys. Don't sign an old veteran. It's bad enough that Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah would take 51% of the salary cap, and there's still 20 teams better than them. Now, when you're saying better, is this a subjective? Is that subjective or is an objective, Cowboy Nation? Because subjectively speaking, better is exactly what that is, because if you look at this team and you say, okay, 51% of the salary cap is being taken away from these 3, then that's the price of doing business. That's just the price of doing business when you have a quarterback that's getting paid $60 million, right? And even if you're getting paid 55 or if you're getting paid $50 million, that's the chunk of the price of doing business. Regardless of it, we're splitting hairs between $5 million and $60 million. You see what I'm saying? Well, between $55 million and $60 million. It's still all the same. You got to look at the total guaranteed contracts and things like that, right? So not to get in the contracting mode talking there, but that's just the price of doing business. Because the reason why those 20 other teams are better is because your quarterback was hurt last season, right? So you will have to quantify the fact that if your quarterback didn't get hurt, then you are still one of the top 10 teams in the National Football League. The problem is with the Cowboys is that they shove and they push everything on 4. And what we're trying to get at, even with the confines of this conversation, is that what we're trying to get at is be a 2-dimensional team at least, right? 3 if you're really good, right? And 3-dimensional team would be, I got a team that can play sound defense, I got a team that could run the ball, and then we got a team that can move the ball in the air by throwing the ball, right? But the Cowboys been a team full of just one-dimensional when we get to the postseason, right? There's no definitive answer to our team being close to stopping teams, forcing turnovers, and these sorts of things when we get to the postseason, right? And we don't even have to look it up on what we did in the postseason as it relates to running the ball, right? We've been allergic to that since I can go all the way back to 95. That's a long time. So what we're trying to get at is that you try to be a complete team, and that is in all of the phases. Stout defenses, also running the ball to open up play action. And I think that Shotty have a good grasp of all of that, Cowboy Nation. Here's the other thing of them talking about the defensive backs. A lot of things are pent against Trayvon Diggs and his recovery. A lot of them.
Okay. A lot of Rangers
longer
are.
than the word.
Yeah, if you have more than 2 ifs on your team,
Oh, okay, I got
I think
you.
it's generally bad, right? Because
I
if
thought you were homeschooled. Mr.
breaking
Smarty
news,
Pants.
breaking news,
Yeah.
2 letters.
Yeah.
So to me, I think you can have 2 ifs. You can have 2 ifs on your team.
Revel's a guy who, even if he was healthy right away, there's still questions about like how raw is he and where's his technique at. I mean, this is
Facts.
going to be an important week for him.
Yeah.
The stuff that's really important for him right now is going to be the classroom stuff anyway. They don't need him running around out there at camp. I mean, he'll do work with the rehab group, but honestly, the big thing for Shavon Revel is just making sure he's getting technique down and he's learning different aspects of that. The guys they drafted in front of him, the first 2, Tyler Booker from Alabama and then Donovan Ezeraku from Boston College. Those are 2 guys who are like, they're pro ready. They're ready to go. If you want to just talk about pure pass rushing ability,
Listen properly.
the traits of getting to the quarterback and having a toolbox to be able to counter some of the things offensive linemen do, speed, all the little tools that go into that. Donovan Ezeraku is probably the most pro-ready pass rusher that was in the draft, even above Abdul Carter.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Now, there are some things that we can go over as it relates to pro-ready and tangible things as it relates to, can this guy get out there on the field and be ready day one? Now, there will be some bumps and bruises with Donovan. I'm not saying that he's going to be rip me out the plastic and all of this stuff, that whatever Lotto says, at the end of the day, this is a situation whereas the Cowboys, they got to understand that if you're going to have Donovan out there, you're going to bench another veteran guy, right? Whether it's a Fowler, whether it's he's the only veteran guy, right? A Sam Williams, a Marshawn Nealon, all of those boys, Tyrus Wheat. So you're going to lose out somewhere. So you got to be prepared for it. My guy Carl says all this prove is what I've been saying, right? One day at a time. That's all we got to do. One day at a time, Carl. Because I don't know what else you've been saying. Jeez.
Wow. Like in terms of just ready to go and ready to contribute right now, that's him. He's a smaller guy, like we talked about last week, Chop. He's 6'2", 245. He gets compared a lot to Yannick Ngakoue, who's just pass rush, doesn't really do anything in the run game. Ezeraku will at least contribute in the run game. It's just he's a smaller guy, so he tries to dip around tackles. That loses the edge sometimes. But he's pro-ready, and he said a lot of his pro-ready nature came from playing for 2 former NFL coaches, Bill O'Brien and Tim Lewis.
2 former NFL coaches.
Bill O'Brien and Tim Lewis.
No doubt. So he is pro-ready, but not to get onto that aspect of it. Let's switch around to one of the things that I want to get to, and that is Jaydon Blue.
Jaydon Blue, the running back that they took out of Texas, who a lot of people were talking about the juice that he brings and like, oh my gosh, that's like 4.2 speed that you have in the backfield now, something that the Cowboys have really not had in a long time, that kind of a burner there in the backfield. But he was asked about the idea of just, hey, being labeled as a speed back when you're somebody who has done a lot of different things out of the backfield, whether it's pass protection, receiving, whatever.
I take a lot of pride in being able to do all the things and not just, being a fast back, being that home run hitter, because I know, if you want to be, the best at your position, you're going to have to be able to, do all those things. And like I said, I give Coach Choice a lot of credit because, he stayed on not only me, but, all the other guys in our room to make sure that we was doing those things right because, like I said, if you can't, protect the quarterback, then, it affects a lot of things, offensively. So, I take a lot of pride in being able to, be versatile and be able to do different things and not just, run the ball or be that home run.
So with Jaydon Blue, we getting back a few things. Within reasons, a real threat in the backfield if you do a swing pass. Within reason, the kid can catch a wheel route, right? Within reasons, right? I want teams to respect and cover every blade of grass. If they decide to just say, okay, we're going to drop 7, we're going to make sure we drop 6, we're going to play off on all of this good stuff. Let's tack underneath. Let's get them out of the defensive stances that they are in. Let's play a little mind football, right? Let's be precise on how we attack. No more lazy defenses out there that's saying, okay, in order to stop the Cowboys, we don't respect the run. We're going to drop 6 and 7 DBs. They're going to sit on routes. We know what's coming, and we just going to take the game away from the Cowboys because we know what they're trying to do. Everyone have great intentions, right? And the great intentions were, okay, we're going to spread it out. We're going to hit the receivers that's open, blah, 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 blah. No. We need to take advantages of our speed back that's in the backfield, and let's get it.
He's going to be the biggest thing with him is just he's got to stop the fumbling. That was his big problem at Texas.
Did you comp him to anyone?
No, I mean he's so unique. My big thing is that like for a home run hitter, for a guy with like real ridiculous speed, he seemed to be content running into contact sometimes. Like he wants to run like a bigger guy. Which I mean, he's really good with contact balance. He's always falling forward. He is willing to be physical. Those are all positive things. But also, it's like remember you're a 4.2 athlete. Just run, go.
Yeah.
4.2 athlete. Let's go. Ron Venter says we making the playoffs. Law, bro. Did you see last year? Did you see the Cowboys last year? Are you aware that the Cowboys were 2 games away from making the playoff last year? Believe it or not, that's crazy. If we didn't have a Warrior, however you say that kid's name, if he don't touch that ball, right, to keep the play alive for Cincinnati Bengals, you're a game away from making it to the postseason. So let me ask you this, and I'm not angry or aiming anything at you. What you expect this season to be? If your quarterback is healthy, by the way. But even if it's a situation and scenario that your quarterback is not healthy, let me knock on some wood, they will have a better chance now than what they had previously because they got an identity. The Cowboys established an identity, and historical data shows in support too. Is even if you do have the kind of caliber of quarterback like your quarterback is Dak Prescott, and you have run game, to a point that even a third of you guys will agree with Colin Cowherd, and I'm going to get to that after this one. We definitely going to get to what Colin Cowherd said. And just going to be revisiting what I said previously of what we hope that the Cowboys should do or should have done last season.
You don't have to run into contact. But the big thing for him is fumbling and some focus drops. But if you talk about, Schottenheimer said it, one of the first things he said when we were out at Indianapolis, when we heard him at the podium giving his press conference to Dallas media, he had talked about, they said, what are you looking for in a running back? And one of the first things he said was receiving ability. Jaydon Blue will line up in the slot and run receiver routes. Like that is a legitimate receiving threat out of the backfield and on the line of scrimmage. So he gives them a lot. Home run hitter. He's got real speed.
Inside the Star with our insider.
Yeah, that's dope, Bobby Belt, man. Oh my God, dope conversation about getting all of that done. But before we go into that, I want to pull up this topic right here. And this is not me, sugarcoating anything or just being over optimistic about things. But this is just what we've been all talking about. And even I was saying this last season, and this was absolutely damn near 2 years ago now. Watch it.
Since Dak Prescott has been in the league, this is pretty amazing. When he gets 30-plus rush attempts behind him, he's virtually impossible to beat.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Do you hear that, Gill amongst us? And I get it. Wide receiver 2, I would love a wide receiver 2. I don't want us to attempt to throw the ball 30, 40 times to appease wide receiver 2. By the way, that's how I'm looking at it. But just for those who got some crevices and stuff in their ear, I just want to be able to say this right quick. One more time.
Since Dak Prescott has been in the league, this is pretty amazing. When he gets 30-plus rush attempts behind him, he's virtually impossible to beat, 53-7.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 30 rush attempts, He's not a very good quarterback, 20 and 34. But this is more sobering. If Dak just gets 100 yards rushing,
100.
again, he's Mahomes. He's 64 and 17. If he gets less than 100 yards, Dak Prescott has 9 career wins. That's it. And the Cowboys are making no move at running back. It is very clear, indisputably, inarguably clear. Dak is a completely different quarterback with a run game. But once again, the Cowboys fall into this, we're smarter than everybody else. We're just going to go back with our guys that we drafted.
Man, that was a hell of a take. So at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, what did they do? It seems like Shotty done figured it out and said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get some running games for this particular quarterback. I know what's needed and necessary. I don't think that what Colin Cowherd was digging up was by the element of just sheer luck. No, he did his research on this. And when he did his research, he realized, man, if this kid was in the right system and if he had run game, the blame goes away from him because he's not going to F that up. Historical data shows and support that, right? Yeah, so at the end of the day, don't you know who else was like that? Roger Staubach. Oh, okay, Lord, wait a minute. I don't want all of these truths, man. I just want the comfortable lies. You want to know who else was like that? Oh, Troy Aikman. Okay. Lord, where you getting at, man? Oh, do you have another quarterback that's like that? Yeah, Tony Romo. It goes on and on. These quarterbacks become better when you have run game. It took forever in a lifetime to realize that for the Cowboys in 2014, Romo threw for only 300 yards one time in the entire year. DeMarco Murray had 1,800 yards on the ground. I can go all the way back to Emmitt Smith, who got the rushing touchdown record that no one is going to be able to outperform and compete and win with that. Also, he still had the playoff touchdown record that no one is coming close to. I believe 19 to 20 touchdowns. There's no one coming close to that. In the postseason, I'm talking about postseason. And we already know that nobody in the National Football League in this lifetime or the next lifetime is going to pass up Emmitt Smith all-time rushing record. No, they ain't going to come. They can try, but they ain't going to come close. And I ain't going to have to talk about Tony, not Romo, but Dorsett. Now, here's what the Cowboys did. They went and got a running back, the Blue Factor, right? That understands that, hey.
And they understand the cost.
Yeah, they understand the cost that's involved. And that is, you got to run the ball. That controls a lot of things, man. And before we go into our next segment of talking or conversation, let's just hear Blue out. Let's just hear Blue out all over again. Cut A with the super chat, super support. Appreciate you, man. What you got?
And they understand the cost.
G. Cuddy $9.99. Law, I have kept saying Steven and Jerry have the attitude of, we are the smartest in the room.
That's what happened, man, when you give people fistful of money, right? You can't tell them nothing, right? It's just like me telling Elon Musk right now, hey, man, why don't you chill for a second? He ain't going to listen to me, you know. Shoot, the man lost over $500 billion, and he's still walking around here like, hey, you know, I'm not listening to X, Y, and Z things, right? Or 40 billion, whatever he lost. But here's my thoughts. And I do agree that they are looking at this as they want to be right. The need to be right is a horrible thing with the Joneses. Horrible things that need to be right. But at the end of the day, it's hard to sway the minds of those who have their minds already made up. I always tell people that at the end of the day, those convinced against their will would be of the same opinion still.
It's in bond, but, it's a blessing. It's something I dream of, since I was a little kid. So, I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to play for the Cowboys.
What have your expectations been, and also what has been told to you about what your role is going to be?
Yeah, man. First thing is I'm just coming to work, and we'll see how it plays out, as we go along in the season. But I bring a lot of things to the table. Mainly of course my speed, but I bring a lot of versatility.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. He lost. What he lost? My guy Logan said he lost $100 billion, still worth $300 billion. Hey, jeez, it's crazy.
Leadership standpoint, there's a lot of guys that Schottenheimer's tried to bring in with this draft class that bring that. What do you bring in that category?
Speed, the ability to run routes, catch the ball out of the backfield, home run hitter, making guys miss, and even pass protection. I take a lot of pride in being able to do all the things that it takes to be successful at running back.
And more so off the field, leadership standpoint. What's your leadership?
Hey, when he said those qualities there, we can just turn it off right now. We can switch over to the other side of the conversation. Keep this in mind. Look, I just want to play this back one more time. Hold on. Where we at? Let me just play this back.
Since Dak Prescott has been in the league, this is pretty amazing. When he gets 30-plus rush attempts behind him, he's virtually impossible to beat, 53-7.
Give me those odds, man. Give me those odds. I'm a very vocal guy, so, just getting a chance, like being around my teammates, helping out whenever they need me, and, just doing the little things.
What have your early impressions of Tyler Hooker been?
Great kid. I could tell he's he's ready to learn, and, he's a great football player. I mean, he's been leading us since we've been here, so, it's an honor to be able to, share, the room with him.
I'm sorry if you've been asked this already. Can you talk about Tashard Choice, and did he give you any advice about pro football, playing here in this organization, what it means to him to have you come here?
Yeah, Coach Choice is my guy, man. He's done a lot of things, for me on and off the field, and he played a big part in the reason I'm here today. Since I got there day one, he was brought me under his wing. He was hard on me. I was very coachable. I listened to him because I know he played in the league, but as far as playing in the NFL, he taught us a lot of things. I mean, of course, he played 5+ years in the league, so we knew that he knew the rights and the do's and don'ts of the league. But that's my guy, man. I mean, like I said, he did a lot of things for me, on and off the field.
No doubt. That's Jaydon Blue, man. But at the end of the day, yeah, David Hilliard says numbers don't lie, and Jerry, I see you fighting all what you can in the chat. A lot of people associate money with knowledge, but we got a lot of people that got a lot of money but don't have 2 cents, But at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. Most people don't become billionaires because they're stupid, But behind every successful story, that there's a ripoff somewhere. They done did something egregious to get there that we ain't gonna talk about how they were able to arrive. But at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, sometimes things don't smell right? And you got to get in control of those things. And I'm talking about ultimate control of it before it's spread. I always tell people to wash it off first, right, before you apply it. That's the same rule even with this right here. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW. Shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your order. I love it.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Yes, indeed. Understand the funk that's involved too. So make sure you wash it off and then apply Mando. If you want more details, click the information in the description box, and we can help you out by saving up to 40% off of your purchases when you use promo code LAW. All right, so one of my guys, man, both of my guys here, unbelievable show, live streamed together, and they went over some things. But one of the topic pieces that CFT pulled out, and that's Mr. Rome, was the mindset on how to approach the weapons that we need. Come on, let's listen to it.
I said, I don't think the Cowboys are as far away as a lot of fans are reacting right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you get a wide receiver too that you feel real good about, I think you get another body in this. Like if you get Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb tomorrow, you feel pretty good about your offense in general.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just patchwork some of your pass rush stuff, like bring in who I just said, Carl Lawson. Carl Lawson. Bring in Carl Lawson. Go and find me a veteran one tech that's probably better than Toia right now, and just kind of let that fill your roster out. I think you straight, Foots.
Yeah.
I think as long as you got 4, you in the fight.
Yeah.
So continue to help 4. Give him another running back and a wide receiver, and let defense do defense thing. Because I believe in coaching.
Yeah, coaching plays a major role at this. Just because, shout out to you, T-Jack, appreciate you. Amari Chubb will be effing lit right now. You ain't lying, Seabass. But, all right, so what we're trying to do here is play the odd man out, basically. Like, we know what this team all embodies, right, as far as skill sets and things like that. Like, who will be the odd man out as it relates to this run game? And you're trying to better that room. So even though we have 1,000 running backs, right, you can still challenge that position in that spot by saying, okay, all right, let's move, let's circle this back around. Let's look at our depth charts. And, of course, the Cowboys.com, they didn't update their depth charts. But I can go ahead and draw a line through Malik. He's gone, right? So when we look at this and we say, okay, you still have, let's see, Javonte Williams, right? They high on him. They want him to have the speedy recovery. And this goes back to that other point what Cuddy said. Well, the Cowboys want to be the smartest people in the room, right? Since it was their idea to go get Javonte Williams first, they may not cut him. They might say, okay, we're going to hold tight to him, right? Tiny Deuce Vaughn, they still going to want him, or Dino, what y'all call him, what his new name is? Dino Deuce Vaughn. Well, maybe they want to be able to look at this and say, all right, cool, I want him to excel at a certain spot, right? So the need to be right. And there's nothing wrong with some people say, well, don't call the Joneses stupid because they billionaires. Well, there's another owner who had 3 rings, right? What's the owner name that's over there in Raiders land? He kept doing stupid stuff, right, as it relates to drafting or as it relates to coaching or as it relates to players being out there on the field. What's that owner's name for the Raiders? May he rest in peace. Al Davis. Okay, Dano Deuce is his name. Yeah, Seabass, you're crazy for it, right? But Al Davis will literally look at somebody's 40 time and say, draft Darius Haywood Bay over, dare I say, a Dez Bryant, right? And does that makes him a brilliant guy, a dumb guy, or a guy that like to take risks? It makes him look like a guy that like to take risks, right? So at the end of the day, he got 3 rings. He's a billionaire. He's somewhere in heaven or hell. I don't know. I don't have a place to put him, right? But I can tell you that sometimes your decision-making can fault and can be at the crazy seat of these things of conversation. Miles Sanders, let's see what he can do. Phil Maffey, I think that he got him a green card, him in Jaydon Blue because they are drafted guys. They're not finna get rid of those guys. Hunter Luepke, bringing in a Chubb will not hurt this situation. It would probably propel the situation if Miles ain't who he is, right? And if Javonte Williams not really who he is, right? And to a degree, you want to hold a little bit to Deuce Vaughn and Hunter, but their time is really thin right now. So Deuce, Dino Deuce, as y'all want to call him, Dino Deuce, you got to figure out a way to make an impact on this team. Because at the end of the day, when we get to the postseason, when we get to these things, I want to hear this.
Less than 30 rush attempts. He's not a very good quarterback, 20 and 34. But this is more sobering. If Dak just gets 100 yards rushing again, he's Mahomes. He's 64 and 17.
I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to get to this. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, says Trip Ace says Al Davis is a Raider. He went to hell and then rolled up to heaven, wherever he may be, you know. Yes, indeed. Man, it's crazy. And we don't know where he's at in the afterlife. Yeah, he could be reincarnated. He could be right next to me. Hey, Davis, Al Davis. They brought you back as a gnat, man. God. There he is. Shoot. All right, now he going back again. He may come back as a multi-billionaire. He may be the first trillionaire as he come back. We don't know what's going to happen on the other world or the other side or what happenings or what happening, you know. But not to stray away from all of this, I want to, at this point, open up everything. Yeah, Malik Davis was released last week. So, yeah, that's why I drew a line through him. And these sorts of things. I want to say this, though. If the Cowboys don't solidify the loose ends, we'll be in a situation whereas we won't be able to cover up certain things. And that being said, I want to highlight this is who we going to have to go up against. And I ain't worried about it because we want to run these guys. We want to run these guys right up out of there because they ain't going to have chances to pin their ears back and get things moving. And that is the Giants, right? Yeah, the Giants right here. You know, they got Dexter Lawrence. They have Brian Burns. They have Kayvon Thibodeau. Him and Dez going through some battles on Twitter. It's funny. And then they got Abdul Carter, who's they dropping the ball over there. First, Abdul said, I want 56. They told him, hell no. All right, well, I'll settle for 11. They said, super hell no, you know. And then the guy tried to put it in and say, well, you know, if it was up to me, you could wear number 11. But my family was saying, nah, you can't wear it. You know, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy, but.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
I guarantee you it won't over here. Let's go.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. That's 214 or 817 and all other threes you can dial to reach out to our partners.
Call my phone,
Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They are located here in the heart of Dallas. We have right or roughly around 7,000 to 9,000 individuals to move here in the beautiful, and I mean just that, the beautiful city of Dallas. And if you don't know the terrain, they will. So call Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They will take great care of you. And if you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. Come on with it. But my line, 657-390-7391 is my hotline for your mind. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. With that being said, I got the first caller from the 206. Marv, you're live on the Nation. Come on with it, bro. Talk to me.
How was your weekend?
Oh, great, man. We did some great things out here for the community and beyond. You know, we always giving back. So, yeah, it was great. Great weekend this weekend.
Oh, that's good, brother. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for this camp. You know, it's gonna be a good camp.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not worried about what they do. That I think they Denver halfback. If he's back to it, because it takes you a year to get all the way back.
Yeah, it took you about a year and a half, man, to get back, man. And he had a devastating injury. Last year was kind of like his first year back. But, you know, we can tell that he was still favoring one side to another. But this year, from what I was told, is that he's more springy and he's more elusive. So there's Javonte Williams. So and I did a video on it on my Instagram talking about those same things of what can happen.
Yep. And he's still young. So,
yeah, he's still young. Yeah.
And the kid can block and catch on the backfield.
Precisely.
So
precisely.
They're gonna be very creative. So
yeah.
Ain't gonna be no boring offense like we've been having. I don't know why people don't. A lot of the people are just panicking. Oh, really? It's only May, man.
It's May, man, and Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo for all of those that's watching right now. You know, it's just May, man. Look, it's plenty of off-season stuff to go, man.
They panicking off. Let them see what they got in the camp. All them backs. It's gonna be a lot of backs that get cut.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys fans, you gotta stop panicking, man. So I'm just waiting to see the camp and then see what the final roster gonna be. And I think they're gonna be kicking butt. Cause the man, like I said, the guy got his team on the right path. Brotherhood first, have each other back.
Yep.
And just practice make perfect. And read that, like I say, read that playbook, get it down pat, and you got a better receiver coach now too. So that's why I'm waiting. The person I'm be watching is Floor and Mingo. Because they're big and strong and fast. So with new route tree, you know the new routes.
Yeah.
And then we ain't got our route tree always 10 yards come back.
10 yards, come on back. Yeah, that type of thing. You know.
That's stupid stuff. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't wait to see. I hope be at that camp, see that Oregon receiver.
Yeah.
Alton, and man, let's get it cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Let's get it, man. I appreciate you, man, and I love the excitement that I can hear in your voice, bro.
Yeah,
so let's go.
Hey, I'm not like the other fans. Oh, cherry juice.
No doubt.
One more. They always the people. I be listening to people.
Yeah.
In the blame game, it's like, Law, you gave me the computer, you gave me the script, everything, and I still fooked it up.
Come on,
you can't get mad at the owner if you do that. Like I said, we had them 3 receivers that went 1,000 yards, and you just did it. If we'd have kept running the ball, maybe we'd have got to the championship game.
Yeah, but you gotta have a precise and planned attack to it, man. Yeah. But I appreciate you for calling in, MJ. Yeah,
I appreciate you too, Slaw.
Yes, indeed.
How about them Cowboys, all nation? Everybody subscribe.
Yes, salute. Indeed, man. Salute. Yeah, there will be a good show a little later on tonight. I want you guys to come on, swing through. Here, this will be my reigning endorsement for the show tonight. It's going to be on Cowboys Collective. We're going to talk about just about all of the topic lines that needed to be heard tonight. And it's going to be the Cowboys Collective Culture Shift. And and it's in 4 hours, right? So what I want to say here is be sure to hit that like button, share this content, and be prepared for it, because we're going to have a new co-host on the show, and his name is Skywalker Steele. He will be on the show, me, Foots, as well as John Machota. He will be there as well. So come on out. Let's have a great time. Let's talk football and get things going the best way possible, baby. And the next call I have is from the 972, and then I had the 201, which is 100 grand in them, But from the 972, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us, man. What you got for me?
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, Paul?
Not much, man. What you got for me today?
Man, listen, Brian. I appreciate you for the good content that you always give us for the Cowboys, man.
No, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You are one of the number ones to me, man, out there. I'm always hitting that like button and you know what I'm talking about, hitting your emojis.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? To all you Cowboy haters, man, I don't want to say too much, but you know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Cowboys or nothing. We had a good draft this year. I think this draft was probably one of the best drafts we've ever had in a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? And them boys gonna step it up and they're gonna play hard, man. I like the new coach. At first I was sour, but hey man, that new coach gonna come through. You got to rival with your team. Ain't no switching up over here, man. It's DC4L for life, and it's Nation for life, man.
Come
on,
on,
Nation.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate it, man. What else you got, bro?
Hey, listen, man. I'm just here to just show the love to the Cowboy fans, Law Nation. That's it, man. I don't want to say too much and hold up the time for the other callers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hey, man, let's go, Cowboys. Let's go, man.
Let's get it, man.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, man. Good call from my guy from the 972, man. Look, there will be people, no matter what we say. Oh, man, it's the hype season. Oh, man. I mean, he won't be able to do this. He won't be able to do that. What we supposed to say? What y'all would rather for me to say, man, Trayshawn Holden is trash, Man, Tommy from Maryland, oh, man, he's trash, man. Why you think he fell that far in the draft, man? This is going to be a horrible year, Oh, my gosh, man. Shamar James, I can run faster than Shamar, Hey, man, he's trash. No, man, we're going to point out the highlighted things, right? And if there are some areas that they need to improve at, trust and believe. I'm going to tell y'all that, hey, he need to work on his hands. Hey, I was wrong the other day, and I don't have to be right on everything. The need to be right is not my lane of choice, right? I said that Trayshawn Holden ran a 4.7, and I was thinking about Joshua Kelly, who ran a 4.7. But Trayshawn Holden ran a 4.5, right? But at the end of the day, we still looking for wide receivers, right? There are some news that it could be reuniting. Another guy that's here that used to play for the Cowboys, and his name is Cedric Wilson. Hold tight, 100 grand. I forgot to bring this up. And if you bring in Ceddy, I'm not going to be mad at it. We shouldn't be popping champagne bottles either. But Cedric Wilson, a reunion brewing in Dallas. The Cowboys wide receiver room could improve from a simple reunion with a familiar face. Ceddy, from the 6th round pick in 2018, is looking to have his career rejuvenated, right? Let me ask y'all. Who's against Cedric Wilson coming back and reunited and it feels so good? Yeah, you got to say, hold on, pain is ending. That's what hope stands for too, right? Yeah. I always get blamed for it. Jerry, because heavy is the crown. Hey, Trust me, I know the feeling. Kids leave the lights on, the water running. They ain't finna build the kids over here at my house. No, the bill comes in at Law Nation, right? I'm the one that got to pay the bills. You know, the kids, they can leave the lights on, but I got to enforce the rules. I got to enforce the hey, turn them damn lights off. Yeah, you ain't in there, turn them lights off. Yeah, turn them off. And hey, stop running that water up there. I got to enforce the rules. But at the end of the day, hey, the energy company, the light company, they are not, and the water company, they are definitely not finna build the kids. Ain't that right? Yeah, because even the churches, you can say I'm a non-profit, the 501(c)(3) and all of that stuff for that church down the street. But if they can't pay that light bill, that water bill, the AC units, or whatever bill they got, they gonna turn them lights off, right?
Understand the cost that is involved.
It's a lot of cost that's involved, but when you are the head person in charge, you get all of the heat. Ain't that right, from the 201? You know what I'm talking about. You're live on the nation. Talk to me.
I mean, they can build the kids, Lord. You know, some of these parents, you know.
Oh, yeah. Kids be having a 400 credit score, 500 credit score by the time they 18. Mama, why you put this in my name? I don't remember driving a Jag.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Kid 5 years old got the whole house in their name, you know. Got everything in my kid's name. Hell yeah. Well, that's when you rigging some stuff. That's some rig stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? Rigs. The baby can't even walk, and the baby got a 420 credit score. How's this possible? We trying to repossess the car. Yes, indeed, boy. God, no, boy. Oh, boy. Boy, they on Shannon Sharp ass, ain't they? You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
He should have put some stuff in his kid's name. Sheesh. Oh, my gosh, boy. That's Shannon Sharp, boy. That goes to show you, man, when you about to get $100 million and you made some movements and people like, hey, he could be the next one. Just make sure you got to watch everything. People coming out, they pulling the Bill Cosby playing out on him, boy. Shoot. One girl said, in 95, he groped me. Somebody put it. Damn, it was crazy, boy. Yeah, baby bankruptcy. You ain't lying. Shoot. Them youngins, man.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because, you know, like I think you said this the other day. Fellas in the chat, even ladies. Everybody want to sleep on the ladies.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's some ladies out here that's worse than the fellas out here. You can pull up some DMs and pull up some text messages and the things that was sent or was said. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying? But be it that he a figure.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong with it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So we can pull up some DMs and some text messages right now.
Hell yeah.
It's worse than what got put out with Shannon Sharp out here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, women are notorious, man. I'll never forget. I had wore some linen pants before at work, man, and this was about like if it's really no statute of limitations, I probably need to report that lady. I wore some linen pants. At work, and she said, "Hey, what are these? You know, that's my unit, girl." I said, "God, no." Hey, it'll be a different story if it was equal. Like, well, what are those? You know?
Right.
women do those type of things and get away with it. It's not an equal world, for what it is, though, bro. But yeah, man, what you got for me today, man?
Yeah. Let's get past that one.
Yeah, let's get past.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Oh my God. Yeah, boy. Due to the gravity of the situation.
Swallowed up.
Then the last day I wore leather pants too, by the way, at that job. Yeah. Tripod law. But what you got for me today, man? Kickstand law. Lean forward, you never fall on your face law. Yeah. Shit. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. That damn 100 grand always get
It don't lean back, man. It stands straight up. No?
Oh my gosh, boy, that damn.
Hey man, we need that after dark show, man.
Yeah. There's a panic button over here. Oh my God, man.
Well, look, man. All right, boom. Check this out, right?
Yeah.
Don't look at the chat.
I'm not, man. If I know anything, Ace Boogie. If Ace Boogie in the chat, man, he'll. Damn, man.
Are you not entertained?
Oh my God.
Are you not entertained?
That damn Ace Boogie, boy. That damn Ace. He get up under your skin. All right, but what you got? What you got for me, man? What you got for me?
Look, listen, right?
Yeah. Remember.
We got Lord Nation Films. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Shit. All right.
All right, boom. Check it out, right? All right, boom, right.
All right.
What is right? We got run game, right?
We got a run game.
See, the run game do great, right?
We do great. Yeah.
We don't get to our desired destination, right? I don't want everybody, well, in 2025, Dak Prescott had the run game and he couldn't get it done. Because we ain't got the second wide receiver.
Oh, so you want to bring up the wide receiver thing?
I'm just saying, you know, that's what people gonna do. We need to trade the quarterback.
No,
he can't get it done.
no,
he had
no,
running game.
no,
he had
no,
running
no,
game.
no,
Everybody
no,
want to
no,
talk about how he
no.
had running game. We need to trade the quarterback. Get a new quarterback.
I'm not finna do that with Dak Prescott this year. If we have run game, I don't give a dog if they put me at the number 2 or the number 3 wide receiver. If we have run game and we are running the ball, and if we can get to 100 yards and we having 5 or more yards per clip, I can't protect Dak to that degree, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, no, don't get in front of. See, I know what you're doing. No, man. Wait a minute now.
We got mango and Pop-Tarts out there, and they can't catch the ball, and CD got 3-4 people on them, and Dak Prescott throwing dimes, and they can't catch the ball.
Man, they gonna catch. They gonna catch the damn ball, man. Ain't no way. If Dak don't win, if we are running the ball, bro, if we are running the ball, and I'm talking about running ball. I ain't talking about what we saw at the end of last season, right? When we went against a whole bunch of below average teams, and Rico was looking like he was averaging some clips. But I'm talking about literally. If I'm talking about literally running the ball, we'll be good. We'll be good. I'll take the kids' gloves off, and I'm gonna have to say, if Dak Prescott looked like what he looked like in those last playoff games when we didn't have run game, and if he looked the same with run game, then I would let Brandon Swayze, and I know you're gonna be still in the other side of the corner. I'll let everybody just go ahead and have it. You know, even JP.
I said if Dak Prescott is okay. Remember that one game when we was, I think it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
When Dak Prescott tried to do Turpin a long pass and it hit the back of his helmet. If we got plays like that going on,
yeah,
you gonna blame Dak?
I don't think we're gonna have that going on though. Junior Adams is a whole different monster as it relates to these.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
I'm saying
yeah.
the ball hit the receiver dead in his hands and he dropped the ball off. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this though. I'm being real. I'm being 1,000 real with you. Is this wide receiver core better than what we've seen in 2022 with Noah Brown and CeeDee Lamb administration? Because remember, why you pause that long? No, why you pause? That was too long of a pause, man.
Noah Brown's garbage.
Yeah, and we were still winning, and that's without run game, and that was with 4, and that's with ball hitting wide receivers in the hands, and it popping up, and if somebody else taking the ball.
I'm looking at Mango, and I'm looking at Mango, and like, come on, he hasn't done anything.
But I would personally,
Brown did more than what he did.
I would personally spam Brian Schottenheimer's phone, right, and say, "Hey man, we got to do something, bro. We can't just roll out here with these guys playing volleyball with football."
And I need to see the plays. Are they gonna do curls? Like I don't know what.
I just think it's too much. It's too much real football in the building for us to resort to those things, bro. And I'm not hyping up Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that Dak Prescott, if healthy, with this run game, with what we got, even with what we got, we're gonna be a whole more polished team. You know,
trying to do if we run the football and now running the football does well.
Yeah.
We gonna win games because then you can't drop 7. Go ahead, drop 7 if you want to.
Yeah.
We gonna run the football. You can't drop 7 no more. So that eliminates that. Teams not gonna do that no more. Not if we got run game. You're not dropping 7. We're gonna maul you to death. We're gonna get 10 yards a run.
Yeah.
12 yards a run. Blue might even break one. So that eliminates that from happening. I just want to kill teams, Law. I want to kill. Law. There's no doubt in my mind we going to win games.
Right.
There's no doubt in my mind we going to the playoffs.
We going, yeah.
But when we get to the playoffs, Law,
Uh-huh.
Can we compete with the Eagles with the receiving core we got now? Can we compete with the Eagles with the offense we got now?
That's the question to remain to receive. Look, here's my thoughts.
They got run game.
They do have
wide receivers, Law.
They got everything.
They don't have is a tight. No,
they do have everything.
They traded Dallas Goedert. I don't know about that other side.
Wait a minute. Did they just trade Dallas Goedert?
They're trying to get rid of Dallas Goedert. They're trying to get rid of him. So that means they don't want him no more. So I don't know what they like in the tight end room now. I don't know.
But here's my thing though, and this not a one-off. Smitty and A.J. Brown was there in 2022, right or wrong?
And then what they run and go got.
They went got.
What they run and go get.
They went got.
Run game.
They went got run game. Yeah. They were there in 2023. They were there in 2024. But what I'm saying is they got run game now. But yeah,
on paper they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy.
I'm not conceding to the damn Eagles though. 100 grand. I can't.
No,
but they do have talent.
Don't take this as me conceding. I'm not. I'm saying. That's who we gotta compete against. That's who we going against.
Right.
I'm not nigga.
Naysayer, go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen.
This is barbershop talk. Yeah.
I'm not not worried about the Giants. They trash. I'm not worried about them. Washington won lucky games, okay? I'm not worried about them. It's the Eagles, Law. That's who we competing against. It's Cowboys and Eagles again.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I'm
not worried about them other two teams. Everybody, Washington has arrived. Washington has won. Go back and look at their games and sit back and see how lucky they won them games. Law, we would have made the playoffs if my man didn't touch the ball. And if Washington didn't get that lucky ass Hail Mary, they would have lost that game.
Right.
We would have made the playoffs over them.
Over there, let me see. I'm gonna see who did the Eagles lose to last year. I'm gonna see the Eagles record last year. Let me see. Last season.
I remember they lost to the Falcons, but I put that more on the Eagles than the Falcons.
Okay.
Because that was stupid.
They're stupid because they yeah.
They could have ran the ball and they passed the ball for some stupid reason.
What was that score from the Rams versus the Eagles in that postseason game? Anybody know? I think they started pulling off once, and I'm not trying to use the weather as an excuse, but I think the Rams would have had them if they, So look, they won the Super Bowl. Shout out, kudos and credence for them, right? But at the end of the day, I get it. It's the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I get it. The Washington team, they think that they made it somewhere, and kudos and credence to them too for making it further than the Cowboys, Dak Prescott can ever imagine. But all I can say is that, say they lost to Tampa Bay during the regular season, right? That's what Terrence Smith is saying. I'm ready for them, man. Look, this is going to be an iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. One of the things that I can say far as their weakness, and they may have secured it because, teams change from year to year. Right. I saw that teams were still able to run on them. You can run on the outside, and you can pass on them. So we'll find out. And that's the number one defense in the National Football League. That's the craziest thing altogether. But, man, I'm going to let these other callers on 100 grand.
All right, man. And the wild card is our tight end, man. If our tight end come back, bro, changes our team. Yeah. Changes our team, and we could put points up. He is very important.
Yes, indeed.
No
doubt, man. Good call for 100 grand. I got the 469, and then I have the 856. But 469, what's on your mind? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, first of all, Lord, this is Willie D. I got a new number.
Shout out to you, Willie. Man, what's good with you, man?
Well, I've been watching, man. You keep on doing your thing, Lord.
Appreciate it.
Another thing I want to tell you, I think I seen you, I know I seen you with Dak Prescott.
Okay.
And so I want to I know Dak Prescott, if you do watch, or, sometimes people can watch the not live show, but still watch the show.
Right, a rewind game.
So if you ever watch the show, I want to tell him this. He got a brother in need.
Okay.
My brother died back in 2022. His brother died back in 20 from suicide. But like when his brother died, I feel real bad for him because he still have another brother still alive. But I remember when Skip Bayless went out with Dak Prescott because come out, he's a weak boy. Skip Bayless, I swear to God, I want to wring his neck then. I cannot stand him.
Yeah.
To me, Skip Bayless is a fake Cowboy fan. Anyways, I just want to tell Dak Prescott, man, keep on doing his thing. I'm going to keep on rooting for him. And for the last 2 seasons on Facebook, I think I told you this one time, I became Dak Prescott defense attorney on Facebook.
Okay.
Because the fan base is split. Dak Prescott, and another thing, it's just not me. Like some fans do love Dak Prescott.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I think he got more fans that love and root for him on a positive aspect than the negative. But 90,000 times a -1 is always going to be a negative number. So the negative pulls down the growth aspect, and people. I think more people are concerned and looking for the faults in the man versus the positives. And that's just the nature of when you have been losing for 30 years, 30 seasons. Not saying that he's been here for 30 years and 30 seasons, but collectively the fan base is to that point, whereas they need somebody to bag on, and the low-hanging fruit will be the quarterback.
Yeah. I get, man, something like get it, but still, I feel like, man, I feel like not in most of the fan base, the fan base that don't like him, I feel like, man, y'all picking on the wrong dude. Anyway, though, but so I got a great homie. I've been knowing this dude, me and him real tight. Now, me and this dude I'm talking about, we're like brothers.
Okay.
Now, think about it with this. Growing up, I was the last of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 brothers. All of them dead. I just turned 43 years old.
Okay.
Now, so I do have I have a dude that like a brother to me. His name is Van. I've been knowing this dude since '98.
Right.
So, and me and him big time Cowboy fans. But last time I talked to him, now he been on a teeter of just giving up on Dak Prescott, and he finally did. So now what I've done is this. Now I still love him. He's still my brother. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna chill out with him. But I'm not gonna talk Cowboys with him. No more. Can't I talk Cowboys with him no more? Because Dak Prescott, man. So in the end of the day, man. Also, the thing I love. Now I didn't want to watch TV.
In closing, yeah.
Yeah, in closing. The team, I love the draft. I got another homie named Alonzo. He love the Cowboys too, but he keep on talking about the Eagles. First of all, I feel like Cowboy last season. I kept on trying to tell him. I felt that the Cowboys last season gonna meet up with them in the playoffs and beat them because Dak Prescott and the Cowboys got the Eagles number. And the Rams didn't beat them. But what happened was everybody got hurt and the Eagles won another Super Bowl. I get it, but hey man, I'm so ready to play this. I'm so ready for August and September. I cannot wait, Jack.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Willie, man. Let me hear you say it before I let you roll, man.
How about them Cowboys?
That's good, man. That's a good call from Willie, man. D, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you're going through something, shout out to this company right here. They will be able to assist you and aid you. You can call 1-800-950-6264, or you can just text it on your phone, NAMI. That's 62640, and you can chat online with them individually. We all going through something, right? And we don't know. We can't put a hand to it, but at the end of the day, we want what's best for the human race, right? And we are all in the same pot, you know. And at the end of the day, for those who watch this channel, we support the Cowboys. It may be from an aggression type of an approach. It may be from all love type approach. But at the end of the day, you want what's best for the Cowboys, and that's winning, and that's winning, and that's winning, right? But if you're going through stuff beyond just football, just be sure to reach out to an individual. They are open. The crisis text line, 988, they open 24/7. Growing up, I lost a few loved ones due to mental, something going on with suicidal thoughts and things like that. We all been down that road before, and there are many people that got battles within battles, even that's watching right now, that's going through it, walking and pacing the floor, and not knowing when will this pain, this burden will go away. So we use football as an escape hatch, right? And then our only escape hatch for 30 years and 30 seasons been a rough one. But at the end of the day, it's all about enjoying the ride. For those, and I'm seeing a lot of people putting AOC in the chat. This is my final message for this. I want the young kid to live and go be prosperous. I want him to live beyond the age that I am, right? I want him to be successful. I want him to attack on everything that's possible within the realms of football or with his loved ones and with his community and his supporters, those who support him. I want what's best for AOC, right? But sometimes things don't align well with sponsors and with the temperaments and attitudes and stuff like that. And those are things that in his journey, in his life, he's going to have to meet that crossroad. Y'all coming over here being, what do you call that word, messy and all of that stuff, that ain't going to help the cause. He going to have to look into the mirror and help himself out. Here's one thing that I know for sure. Not everyone's lying, right? So if he was in the gaming community, right, playing Nintendo with the elves community and all of that, and they said the same thing with the mobile, I forgot the name of it, and excuse me if I'm being disrespectful to the gaming community, but if they have the same problems and issues there, right, and it comes over here and now all of a sudden he having the exact same issues here, then what the pastor said is not everybody's lying, right? Not everybody's lying. So all we can say is with him, wish him well. May God continue to bless him and his entire family. I want people to blow my numbers out the way, right? I want people to have as much as success in his lane. I'm not a gatekeeper. The grand almighty has blessed me for more than what I showcase to y'all. Y'all only seeing about 10 to 15% of what I do here, right? But once again, y'all go over there and tell him I have no problems with him, right? Just don't do no business with him. You know what I'm saying? But I want you guys to go and just tell him, hey, man, at the end of the day, we love you. We care for you. We want what's best for you. Continue to do your job. Continue to support Cowboy Nation and be done with it. And that's all we have to do, you know. And that's just for what it is. He's definitely a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, I see you, Brian Peters. Appreciate you. Kelly says, what's going on? Well, go to his page to see what's going on. But the next caller I have here is from the 856. You in the nation. Talk to me.
Hey, man, thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate that, man.
Hey, yeah, thank you for calling in. Come on with it.
Hey, man, I didn't heard a lot of the guys that then called in. I see a lot of the comments. I think the last couple days since the draft, I think a lot of people is just their expectations are kind of too high right now. I don't think this is a we gonna win the Super Bowl this year type of thing. I think this is a building process, and we're all going in the right direction. So we all just need to just be patient with the Cowboys organization and be patient with, like, we gotta get off Dak back, because what quarterback in the last let's keep it real, 30 years then dealt with a more polarizing owner? Right. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So we just gotta be patient, exercise patience, man. We gonna be all right. It's just we not going. It ain't. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Whether we gonna win this year or not, but that's not dealing with reality. We in the building stage right now. We ain't a championship team yet. We gotta wait and see what's gonna happen and see how these guys are going to pan out. But we will be. We on the way. We looking good. We going in the right direction. So we just need to exercise patience. Listen to Law Nation, because he ain't steering you wrong. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in no better hands than Allstate right now. You feel me? Just listen to Law Nation and be patient.
Yeah, you know what my rule is? 1%. Just be 1% better than what you was the previous day, right? And by the end of the year, that's 365%, right? So so this team, and I look at everything, I think that this team is a whole lot percentages better than what we were last season. If we even just go into the mindset and let's just establish an identity. We haven't had no identity on this team for a long time. But now we got a true one. We're going to run the ball. We're going to be physical. And we're going to play with tenacity. And that's just for what it is. And we'll see, because all of those lip services sound good until you get hit in the mouth, right? So now we know how Shotty is approaching the game. But now I'm going to watch Shotty on when it's time, when the terrains get rough, right? When it's not, when the honeymoon phase is over with. That's why I got Shotty as a 5.5. I talked to him, I shook his hand. We have good football conversations, but now it's time for us to see. Okay, we gonna lift him up. We gonna hype him up. That's what our job's supposed to be as fans, as fanatics. But then when things get rough, then we start saying, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And that's how you're supposed to do it, you know.
Yeah, you know what I like about Shotty though? He's establishing camaraderie amongst the teammates.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah,
that's what I like about him. He's establishing that. He don't care if you coming from different races or different backgrounds, different ethnicity. He don't care. You feel me? He wants you to get along, and I like that. He's establishing that. That's what I like. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm with him, man. I'm 100% with him, man. Let's Law Nation, get them lights up. You know what I'm saying? Support the cause, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Law
indeed.
number 1 in the nation, man. Let's go Cowboys.
Let's go, man. That's from the 856, man. I love the positive twist to it. Yeah, I mean, we know all of the good stuff, you know. But when it get bad, that's when you really know a person. When they're down at the low dial, you know. When the terrain is not as comfortable as it's supposed to be, right? That's when you get a chance to know who Shotty is and this team is all about. And you learn more from your losses than your wins, right? I'm just telling y'all some truths, man, to it. You're going to learn more from your losses than your wins, but this is going to be the main thing that we're looking at. Now is not the time to take a dump on Shotty. It's the uplift. I've been in management for over 15 years, right? And they have a philosophy that says build, break, build. You reward those who's on time. You reward those things that have been put in work. But if they have some character flaws and issues, you break that part down. But you don't leave it on the broken down parts. You build it back up. Business administration, concentration, econ was my degree. Still is my degree. And one of the main focal points, you can't graduate from business school if you don't understand this, getting work done through others. Shotty has mastered that. He went into that building and said, okay, I'm going to shake up the joint. We're going to move Parsons, and we're going to move this guy over here, and we're going to move Parsons and put him right next to Dak Prescott. That is a noble thing. We got a super chat from Sadiq. Let the AI speak on it.
Sidika Charles, $10. Law, you do not beat to explain a damn thing to anyone about AOC. Too many negative. Folks on here likes to keep drama going. I do not care. WHO do not like what I said either. Period.
Period. I get what you said, Sadiq. I mean, people love, Desperate Housewives is a very popular show. TMZ got here because it's a popular deal, right? Going against the grain, I would say, man, not on God's blue earth. Somebody gonna be like, nah, it's actually green, or not on God's green earth. Then there's somebody gonna say, hey, it's blue. So I get it, right? And those type of conversations brings in a lot of tension, right? If you're seeking that, and people will quantify success as subjective, right? Right? People will quantify success as subjective, like subjectively speaking, this video did this amount of numbers and I'm successful, right? And one of the things that I always like to bring home is from my guy Tupac. He says, oh, I made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way, right? Oh, yeah, somebody said Zeus Network. Yeah, see, Knicks. Yeah, the baddies, baby, they get all type of views. Shoot, and it's crazy. But at the end of the day, I just want you guys to understand that there's no hard feelings between me and anybody on this planet. At the end of the day, as long as I got the Grand Creator on my side, man, shoot, nothing can stop the force that we about to do. And, man, if I told y'all what we got in the bag, boy, ooh, shoot. But I'm going to keep that to myself in the Grand Creator. I got from the 562, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
So, man, why everybody just need to sit back, relax, roll one, and forget what happened last week.
Yeah, roll one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Take your vegetables.
Yeah.
Take your vegetables.
That
but
part.
anyway, what I was gonna say. I like Shotty. I'm excited. I can't wait. So I'm like you said, run the ball, opens up the pass, which is cool. How you feel about our safety stuff? Is Malik Hooker and Donald is your 1-2 to go for the whole season, or you see somebody else stepping up?
I think Hooker is still your veteran guy, right? That's gonna let people know the alignments and assignments, and he got familiarity with the Matt Eberflus system that other guys don't. I think that razor blade thin or ice thin is what Dono is on, right? Because you got younger, the youth always going to try to at least take you out and get that spot. You got Childress, the undrafted guy. Of course, you got Wanye, the savvy veteran guy that's on his team now because he's been here for a minute. So what we're looking for is to see if that position is going to be true a battle. Nothing should be given to any of these guys. Nothing.
True.
Nothing.
Now, would you think about trading Donald and getting something back?
In return, you got to find you a dancing partner, maybe somebody in Washington, maybe somebody over there in Seattle land, right? Those are former coaches that coached with him. But I want to get something back in return, a starter for a starter. Not don't trade Dono and then you go get a piece and you put it on the bench. We got to learn to do better with that, Yeah.
So, man, what I was going to say, Law, do you really this is my last question. Do you really believe Jonathan Mingo will step up? Because isn't that the same, what's his name? Bland pick him off for a pick six when you played him?
For when he was with the Carolinas?
Yeah.
I can't go that way because of the fact that here's the reason why. Carolina, man, that's where teams go to die. That's where people go to die to Carolina land. And this will be Mingo's first off-season deal at Oxnard, so I'll be able to get real close up in person with him to see what he can and can't do, and really see. I always had reservations on Jalen Brooks, right? And then last year, the difference is when we was out there in Oxnard, if Tolbert was burning up our DBs and knowing who Tolbert is in the regular season now, we should have been on the phone. But there was no real, competition because it was Tolbert versus Carsons and those boys that Butler did showed up a little bit here and there, but it was the other guy, Booth, and them. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't really like, okay, yeah, you did that against Booth, But now let's see some real competition out there in training camp, and let's see where we can go. Because CeeDee Lamb, if CeeDee Lamb and Tolbert is killing people in training camp, then that's a little bit more realism there because it's CeeDee Lamb. We've seen him do against the greats,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, that's it, Lord. I got for today. Appreciate you.
No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in. That's Aaron from the 562, y'all. He was the last one in here, all right? So as we get ready to depart, if anyone else give y'all about another minute or so to jump in, the whole Mingo thing, he's literally the unknown. And I can pull up film and tape and say, hey, this play was overthrown, or he ran the right route here, but nobody looked for him, right? Oh, he was wide open in the end zone, red zone, money zone. But, those are what we call intangibles. And you're going to always fight that war between what's tangible and what's intangible, right? But what's more tangible than anything with this particular quarterback and the historical data that supports this, run the ball. That's what you got to do. Run the ball with a plan and a purpose. We ain't talking about no shotgun runs and we be satisfied with that. GT counters. I'm talking about pull, traps. We're going to be doing most of those things. I don't know if you guys know, but the running back coach from Foster to Jeff Blasco is equivalent to being as far apart from east to west, and I don't know about you guys. I like Mike Solari. I like what he was able to do with the team even when we had Tom Landry. But don't y'all think that the sun done set on him a little bit? He was there when Landry was here, right? Allegedly, right? Or was that? Yeah. Realistically, he was here when Landry was here. And it's quite strange that the offensive line took a step back when he came here as the offensive line coach. And I ain't trying to take a dump on Solari. He's a good guy overall through and through. But now we got Connor Riley, who led the nation in top 10 offenses for K-State, who's familiar with Cooper Beebe and as well as Taney Deuce Vaughn or Dino Deuce, or however y'all want to call him. So at the end of the day, we going to be looking at Deuce. We'll be looking at Connor Riley on how he have his scheme set up for the pros, because this is his first time on the pro level. But we'll see. Yeah. Mike Solari played too many favors. Yeah, lying. I got my guy, man, from the 910 UN. Too cool. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, bro. What you got for me?
Well, what's good with you?
Not much, man. Good hearing your voice, man. What you got for me today?
Hey, so two things, man. So like when we talk about running game,
right?
When we say running game, let's just say in Jerry's mind, because Jerry's mind works different than the average human. So in his mind, if he say, okay, I got 3 running backs in here now,
right,
and I'm gonna do a running back by committee, I don't think that forces his hands on trade asset to go out there and get a true number 2, if that makes sense.
Okay, I follow you.
Because by logically, he's thinking, let's just see what the running game got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, logically speaking, yeah, you're right.
But my second question is this: do we really need a number 2?
Now, that is the multi-billion-dollar question right there. Do you really need a true number 2? Now,
or do you really need or do you really need a tight end 1?
Okay, that's another angle that you're throwing at me. You know that saying, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
And not have it.
Yeah, so that's where we at, and that's what 100 grand was alluding to. Like, the Eagles got that fallback in their playbook. Why we can't have it, right? And other teams do have traditionally, like the Cincinnati, they got 2 number 1s basically, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, right? They have it, right? For a long stay, the Chiefs, they may not have 2 number 1s, but they have a number 1 and a true number 1 tight end. You see what I'm saying? That acts as if though he's a receiver that's on the end of his career. So if the Cowboys want to compete to that higher level, then what he's saying basically, let's make sure we remove that excuse and go ahead and get that true number 1 or number 2 receiver on this team. But the Joneses don't think that way. They don't think that way, though, bro.
I want them to pick up the phone, and you tell me, Mike, if I can have DJ Moore, if I can get Jameson Williams, if I can get Garrett Wilson is the only one. But if you tell me I'm getting DJ Moore or Jameson Williamson, I want Kyle Pitts. I'd rather have Kyle Pitts than those 2.
Right. You're right.
Pitts to me, he's underutilized in Atlanta. But if you brought him to this offense and you use him like they use Kelsey over the Cowboys, Dak will be dangerous.
He would be. But the Cowboys, they don't operate and move that way. So in their minds, Mingo is just equivalent in their minds, and I'm not saying that he is, but in their minds, he's equivalent to a A.J. Brown. In their minds, because they both was drafted in the second round. That's how the Eagles.
Not only was they drafted in the second round, they both played the same damn college.
Yeah, they played in the same school. So I can hear Jerry. Remember what Cuddy said earlier. He got to be the smartest guy in the room, right? So Jerry, in his mind, he would think that, hey, if we got our A.J. Brown at the house, and let A.J. Brown get off on one game. All it takes is one game. Let Mingo, I meant to say. I said A.J. Brown, huh? Let Mingo score like a crazy touchdown. If Mingo throw up the X, the whole fan base will split wide open. You know what I'm saying? a big muscular wide receiver catch a football and get into the end zone and throw up the X one time. It will blow the doors off at AT&T Stadium.
Okay, but that's true. That's true. Law. But then at the same time, and I tell people this too, especially some Cowboy fans, man,
right.
Like, we got to go into the season sometimes with the team already in place. You can't always go add somebody week 6 because you still got to build that chemistry. You would have went out here and got a tight end, a number 1 tight end, or another number 2 tight end. Because when you think about it, we still need another tight end. I don't like Schoonmaker. I don't like him. When you look at the receiving core, I don't like it. But when we wait to see what we got, and then you get past week 3 of preseason, and it's like, damn, I got to make a trade. Now you're willing and dealing. By week 6, you got somebody, but they just don't walk in that door and jail with Dak like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you're looking at too, cool, is the difference between a proactive team and a retroactive team. We are very retroactive because we ultimately love our guys. We love our guys, so we love our rooted philosophy on who we pick. We love the ideology. We will hold on to our guys to the last hour right before we get rid of said player because we run this literally like a mom and pop store, right? You know how old folks is, and especially in certain businesses, they just like to hold on to customs, man. You couldn't get my grandma to move that damn TV up out of that living room, right? TV so big, you put another TV on top of the other TV. But don't touch that bottom TV because she was rooted into the philosophy that that's her TV. Use that TV as a nightstand, But that's just how it is, bro. Somebody right now watching this video got a TV on top of a TV. But I appreciate you.
Hey,
go ahead. What'd you say?
Hey, real quick, Jerry say he's smarter than everybody. He said y'all out here crying about a wide receiver number 2. I'm gonna wait till next year's draft. Not this summer, but next year's draft. I'm gonna slide CD Lamb ass over there at number 2. But I'm gonna go ahead and get Jeremiah Smith out of Ohio State for my number 1.
Hey, they do crazy things, but man, I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
All right, you have a good one, brother.
Yes, indeed, man. That's 9-10, too cool. Yeah. CD Lamb about to go off, y'all, and the desire to have another playmaker on the outside, it will be seen. Not until, like, the regular season or something like that. Cowboys are stubborn. I'm not beating them up. They're just a pattern. They're going to make sure, hey, another reason why they didn't move that damn TV, it took heaven and earth to get that TV inside their living room too, huh?
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Yes, indeed. TV, 400 pounds. TV had BBL allegations, didn't it? The first BBL was brought to you by Panasonic TV, a Daewoo, whatever them old TV called. Yeah. Shout out to you, David. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Gold level 2, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Too cool. Yeah. Yeah, he's crazy, man. CD Lamb won't be a number 2 anytime soon. Yeah. Man, real wood on that TV. It take you and all of those people talking about 100 man versus a gorilla. It takes you 100 man just to move that damn TV, don't it? That TV was so heavy, boy, your leg get to shaking. You got to use a crane to move that TV around. But at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, here's my thoughts on everything. From the players that we have on this team to by far the player that we might need to add to this team. The benefit of the Cowboys front office will be that they are not in no haste or no worries or no rushing to go get and add said player, whether it's on the defensive side, one tech. We can talk and mash these opinions and throw it out and be mad at each other. It's crazy. That's the craziest thing of it all, for anybody to get mad at someone over an opinion that we have no control over, right? Like, yeah, I think Jalen Ramsey would be good here. And somebody like, nah, Jalen Ramsey, he ain't no good. Well, I think that Jalen Ramsey would be better than Andre Booth. Then I get them all the time with that. They're like, yeah, you do have a point, you know. I like DJ Moore. We can't afford him. Well, this team is able to do that and this, you know. And when we sitting on, $34 million, we can't afford. But the Cowboys, in their minds, they got to have the need to be right. That $34 million right there, y'all. They need to be right is the Cowboys' thoughts, man, you know. And what they would do is, even though they may know the truth, they'll run from it until it catches up with them. Law, do you have any truth to that? Yeah! 2018. What were they doing? The third year of the quarterback that they just paid $250 million to. Experimenting. Experimenting. We're going to go into this season wide receiver by committee. We're going to go into this season too, tight end by committee, right? And we were all, before that season started, banging the table. Hey, we need a wide receiver. Hey, we need a wide receiver. And just as much as anything, there were a lot of people saying, hey, man, this Michael Gallup highlight, he looked good. Far as we know, he can be the next Dez Bryant. And no matter how much we were telling them, hey, he ain't no Dez. But, yeah, he can high point the ball. But he ain't no Dez. But that's how everything goes, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll continue these processes of talking and conversations, man. I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in, for all that you guys do. I really appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all to the moon and back. And if you are going through some hard times, some tough times, just know tough times don't last. Tough people do, right? And if you're going through something mentally, if you got pains and issues going on with your mindset, all I want you guys to do is just be aware that you're not alone. Everybody going through something. Everybody going through some shortcomings and some pitfalls. But be sure, since it's Mental Health Awareness Month, don't be so macho nacho that you want to make fun of this and you battling through this and you going home crying every night and these sorts of things to yourself and not knowing that you can just reach out to someone, have that conversation. One phone call can change your life, right? One phone call, that's all. And that's just for what it is. I thank you so much, David. Thank you for the positive words there. Shout out to you, superstar. Shout out to everyone that's listening. Shout out to Sadiq. Appreciate you for always handling things the way you do. Shout out to Angie, David. You know who you are. Appreciate you for all the support you was able to do. Coach AJ. And if I missed out anybody, y'all let me know. But thank everybody, man, for y'all support. And Jason Barnes and anybody, man, that gives support. Let me see. Make sure I go over all of the list of people. Richard, appreciate you as well. Jay Humble, appreciate you. All right, so in departing, Cowboy Nation, I'm glad that I can be your source of inspiration and motivation. Yeah, I'm glad I can be that part of your life, right? Law, MNF, and Nation. Appreciate you, Young Star. Appreciate you, Tricks. All I ask, let me let my guy say it, you know. Shoot. Let him say it.
All I ask
is when you lay your head down on that pillow at night. I gave you the best I forgot about this. Hold on. I forgot one segment. So don't close the doors. Keep them open. Don't close them. Close the doors. Thank you.
Yeah, this team is only going to go as far as Dak Prescott takes them. I know Jerry Jones has historically said that, but at the end of the day, they need a run game. And that's what's so important about having Schottenheimer. If you remember Brian Schottenheimer, when he was with the Jets, man, the Jets had a good offensive line, a good run game, and a defense to back him up. I think that's what he's trying to install.
Is that what he's trying to do, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, taste and see how the universe aligns of what I've been saying.
Overall, man, Dak is getting older, right? CeeDee Lamb is doing all he can in his body to be the best receiver he can for the Cowboys. What has to happen is we need more production at a tight end position. We need a running back that can promote and kind of sell this offense. You talk about all the good teams in the league who have a running back like the Green Bay Packers, like the Philadelphia Eagles, like you can even go to Detroit and what their two-headed dogs they have back there.
Yeah.
What you need for the Dallas Cowboys is they need an identity.
That's just right, Candace. I see
knows
you.
what that is. And so if you're Jerry Jones and company, you have to get more dogs in the building that can really get this offense going in a positive way. Because when I look at this team right now, and I'm with Kyle, you don't feel anything because they haven't given you anything to feel.
That's where he lost me. For those that's in the medical field, for those who's down their journey in the medical side, they had this chart. And they said, on a scale of 1 to 10, when I press here, where's the pain tolerance? Right? And they touch another part on your body when you're saying you're going through some pain. What's the pain tolerance? So when he said that he don't know, meaning that even if you can see with your eyes that the leaves are falling off the tree and the weather is getting a little cold, that you can't determine what season you in, shame. Shame. And when it starts to get hot and you see the trees with colorful leaves and things begin to blossom, you don't know what season you are in, shame. Well, verily, verily, I say unto you all that's watching, there is a shift and a change that's happened. You're going to have to dress different around here, Cowboy Nation. You're going to have to walk different around here, Cowboy Nation. I want you guys to stand tall or not at all. If you can understand that the changes are happening from a mindset, from a mental philosophy set, from all of those things you can see with your eyes, that there's a little change. But in departing, those that's convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. I'm not here to change your mind. If you believe that that moon is made of cheese and you want to get to that moon, have at it. Have at it. I can't change your mind if I'm telling you that that's a big old rock up there. Now, once you get up there, let me know if it's cheese. Mama said there'll be days just like this, right? My guy said he 10 toes down. But let me give you a speech that can motivate you and move you. If you can stand up to your feet right now, Cowboy Nation. Put a 1 in the chat if you're standing up right now. Said, I'm standing up for law. And if you can lean to your right, And if you can lean to your left, Cowboy Nation, put 1, 2, 3 if you can do those things. But ultimately, if you can spin around one time for me, put 4 in the chat. Put 4 in the chat. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, oh just simply, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you all away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, as you sit to your seat, and for those who put 4 in the chat, when you're speaking to your friend, or when you're speaking to a foe or a neighbor, whoever it may be, said, man, that Law Nation, oh man, he had me standing up and he moved me. That speech moved me. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yeah. Yeah. He said, man, that Law Nation got me moving. He had me moving to the right, to the left, and I was spinning all the way around for him. Yeah, yeah. His speeches move me. Come on. I wake up,
some down that check, no drip this.
Tell her run it up. Come on.
No sleep, no
yeah.
Might crash, might
let's get it.
But first I stretch.
Tell her run it up. Hey.
I wake up,
come on.
Some down that check, no drip this. Tell her run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch.
Till I run it up.
I got a 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
Yeah.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Yeah, come on.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
All right.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me, baby.
One up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Come on, shot it.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call
come
me
on.
lazy.
I see it.
Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Law Nation, let's get them 6. I wake up. Come on.
Thumb down that check. No drip this.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to you, Ashley. Appreciate you, Dan. Shout out to you, Michael Howard. Appreciate you. JFK. MLK. Appreciate you. Yeah. Come on, Beast Mode. Yeah.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out.
Shout out to you, Ray, Rev, Tyrone, appreciate you. Members, David, Black Johnny Wick,
find yourself they getting buried.
G Cuddy, I see you. Come on,
made some bad decisions that brought my mama
shout out to you, Gina with the G.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
And Gina with the J.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on with it, baby.
I wake up, some down that
Jack.
No
I see you in the chat.
Tell her run it up.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell her run it up. I wake up, some down that check. No drip this. Tell her run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell her run it up.
That is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
Hush! Hush!
Close the doors.
Now close them doors over there.
We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching.
Take the money out.
It's 1,000 that's watching online.
It's an evil world we live in.
This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down.
Slow down for your boy. I use this music to get my mind settled in, you know. Come on with it.
Because again, it costs to sit up here.
It costs to sit up here. got you. Superstar status.
If you're
Let's
giving
get it.
electronically, or even
Shout out to you, Gina.
bring the baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk.
Yep.
1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online. Give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. You should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just for y'all giving. That's it.
Say the last bite for you, baby. What we tell them? Don't let the street lights you all alone. We are here.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
At a brand new episode. I got my guy right here. What's your name, bro?
Roland Pollard.
Roland Pollard. Law Nation is mine. So, what do you do, bro?
By the way, wealth management. We
Wealth
do a lot-
management. Okay.
A lot of retirement planning, portfolio design. We make sure that people get to where they want to be financially, and we try to prevent them from making bad moves. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We guard them from their inner financial demons, their spending habits, their trying to ball out on everything habits.
What's the cardinal rule? I know they talk about 80-20 and all of that. Or
Listen
properly.
All relative to the individual, but one thing I'm huge on is pay your future self first.
Okay.
And then you can live off, do whatever you want. We're big on having disposable income. I call it blow money.
Blow money.
But I feel that that's healthy. But there's a point where, there's a little bit too much blow money. Let's pull it back. But as long as you're sticking to your plan and paying your future self first, do whatever you want with the rest.
Do whatever you want with the rest. So let me ask you this, though. How long you been doing that, and what inspired you to do just that?
6 years total. I've been securities licensed for a couple of years now, which is amazing because now I can give any investment advice I want. But I've had an advisor for 11 years.
Wow. Listen properly.
I have a family. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. I have a 9-year-old daughter, a 4-year-old son. I own 3 businesses.
Go right ahead.
So I've always been on my own plan. Like I've always had a financial plan, and we amassed such a large social media following that I wanted to get back to them to say thank you for supporting us and what we do.
Right.
And then it just blew up out of nowhere, and then I've just been, it's very fulfilling.
Fulfilling. So with that being said, I always tell people, man, there's 2 most important days of your life. The day you was born and the day you realize your purpose. So as long as you operate in your purpose, and the greatest amongst you will be a servant. So that's what you're doing. You servitude, right?
That's it.
That's it.
What, every day I'm able to wake up and my eyes are working. I'm gonna go wake up early, read my book, take my hot bath, and go serve the world. What? Because you're compensated by the value you bring to this earth. So why not wake up and go bring value to the world? You're going to be compensated monetarily anyway. And if you're doing something that's fulfilling, it's even sweeter.
It feels good. It's like, man, it feels like when I do this, when I'm sitting in this space, it feels like I'm not working at all. I'm just operating in my purpose. I'm just waking up, breathing like breathing. Yeah, we vibing.
You're just looking good, looking
I appreciate
clean.
it, man. I try to be.
I just look
No,
good
I
in
mean,
my eyes.
he fresh to death too. And we see the room is filling up. We got some people coming in the building, man. So how long you been watching or following Faith making moves?
Can I give my testimony?
Come on, give your testimony.
I knew Faye back when we would do lifetime classes at 5 in the morning. I have one tomorrow morning at 5.
Come on with it.
I met her at the workout class, and then we kicked it in the cafe afterwards. And then she asked me some questions, and I was like, well, okay, that's what I'm doing. Show me what you're doing. So then she showed me, and then she was like, she had this master plan, literally.
Master.
To where she was like, I want to put on events for people and be like network. And I was like, okay, well, what type of networking? Then she pulled out her laptop, bam. I was like, babe, go do that. That was years ago. So then she had her other event. She had the Amalfi event. Went to that one. I was on the panel there. We had a good time. I supported her. But now we're at an even bigger event. I'm like, hey, Faye doesn't stop. I've known Faye since the jump, and that girl is the hardest working human being I know. I'm her biggest supporter because I saw her whenever it was all an idea, and now look what she's doing. Connecting us. Like,
Connecting us.
That's
Hey, at the end of the day, we don't make the rules. Yeah. Hey.
I was not ready for that.
Hey, expect the unexpected over here. When you connecting and you trying to work with others, and on top of that,
Yes, sir.
we operate in our purpose.
That's
Yeah.
Just
So
vibing out.
we're vibing out, man. So, what's your expectations for today?
You just raised the bar. I will say that.
Okay.
But my expectation is just to see her vision expand more, meet a lot of good, like-minded individuals, network with them, and try to find some cracks in the
in the crevices and the cracks. You know what I'm saying? And even though we may be in the low valley or the high valley, but it say, even if you're going through that, it's not yea do I stay, it's yea do I go.
Oh.
So you got to continue to move forward. And that's why I said when Faye says she's making moves, have you ever noticed God bless those who are keep moving?
That's it. What?
Everywhere you look in the word, somebody always moving. You know.
Facts. Can I give you a quote real quick?
Go ahead.
Whenever you make your break,
come on.
You can't turn around for your friend who caught their trousers on the fence.
Wow.
I don't know what it was verbatim, but you feel me?
Yeah,
but
I feel
you. Got to keep running. Like Vegas kept running. Like maybe, like if you turn around to go help them, now you're not doing your purpose. You
come
know
on
what I mean?
with it.
But by you continuing to run your race,
that boy
it's going to motivate them to come back over the fence and come catch up to you. What? You've already had your trousers caught on the fence. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Over. What?
This boy right here, he make me hungry over here. Don't you know I got a PhD over here?
Hey, that's
you know what that
crazy.
is? Poor, hungry, and determined. You know, so as long as you have that determination for the nation, man, anything is possible. I started this by doing sports, and look, I'm at the table, and we talking business. We talking, we preaching and teaching, and we also helping the future. So with that being said, I'm not going to keep you long. I know you got to meet with other folks and individuals here.
Yes,
Tell the beautiful people that's watching, because I know all of y'all are beautiful. Tell them where they can find you, follow you, support your business, etc., etc.
You know what? You can follow me on IG. Send me a message if you see this, okay? Because I read my messages. Roland Pollard, that's ROLAND POLLARD.
Yeah.
That's it. Roland Pollard. Follow me. You're going to see some crazy stuff of me throwing at my daughter, but I live two separate lives.
Come on with
Real
it,
life
man.
and social media life.
Come
and
on
I
with
don't let them intertwine. I don't want people to know all about me. But if you're watching this, you already know a little bit about me. But you don't get this on social media. You get something way different. But hit me up.
Come on with it, man. This is going to be a great time. Look, I tell you, we didn't have a good time at all. We just had a great time. Come on with it. I got That's all the talks we got for right now. No doubt, Cowboy Nation. I appreciate y'all so much for the support. He have a great wealth management portfolio. I'm talking about 7 to 8 figures. So be sure to check him out. He got over 1.5 million subscribers and followers on all of his networks. That's Roland Pollard. So if you need wealth management advice and beyond, be sure to reach out to him and get things going the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. And stay tuned. There's more information for the nation, and it's all about elevation without deviations or hesitations for those particular things as it relates to a situation. Come on, baby. That's rhyming for your mind, baby. Let's get on up out of here. DC for life, not for short, in the words of my brother, Pastor Larry Holmes.
And they understand the cost.
Come on with it.
That is involved.
Ain't nobody calling me.
There's 1,000 of you.
Blue Factor, baby.
Close them doors.
Close them doors.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Calling me.
We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the food. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now.
Until next time,
even
DC for life, baby.
Tangibly,
Peace.
just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that
1,000 people need to
factors
give
in.
$20.
I guarantee
1,000
you it
people
won't.
need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20.
Oh
This
my
is
God,
easy, Saints.
who the hell
This is an
cares?
easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues.